welcome to the forest. This is a reading for the sign of Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, in love and life. I'll be asking our guides about your current path and to illuminate your journey. And I'll also be asking about the energies in love around you. And at the end, I'll draw a card focusing on the element to help you stay balanced. Hope everyone is having a great week. Feel free to like, share, subscribe. I know things look a little different right now. They will be back to normal in about a week or so. See what energies we have in the forest today for Libra. Looks like we have the unicorn with invite, serendipity, and also confrontation. Pick your battles wisely. Wow. And I mean, like, it's kind of funny how they almost are like right, like these two kind of opposing forces here, confrontation and the unicorn. I feel like with both of these together, this is spirit's way of saying if you have a choice here, maybe go the peaceful route. Maybe go the route that will invite the most serenity into your life, the path of least resistance, perhaps. So I feel like she's trusting her intuition here, you know, especially with the way that horn is glowing. You know, and like there's a lot of green in here and there's a lot of green in here, and I just kind of feel like these aren't necessarily like I'm going to battle raw. I kind of feel like more like with these, like this is just, you know, you kind of navigating any circumstances here that aren't kind of going your way, kind of doing it peacefully, kind of maybe nonchalant here. You're like, oh, yep, I see that. I'm not falling for that today. Yeah, I want to move these down here. You see those a little better. Not sure how that will go, but we'll see. We'll see where you are on your path today. I'm going to use the Illuminated Ethereal Visions Tarot for Libra on your path. Looking for some peace, maybe amidst some maybe little things popping up here and there. Maybe trying your patience, maybe. Maybe people just being blind. You're just like, all right, fine. You do what you want. I'm just gonna be over here doing my thing. All right, so Libra, you have the Chariot, the Seven of Pentacles, the Eight of Water, and the Three of Earth here, and the Seven of Earth. Oh, I love this Chariot card. I think it's just gorgeous. This card is all about movement. This is the universe, you know, kind of helping take that stuff in here, saying we are going to get shit moving. You can also see this as maybe like messages if you need to send a message, or maybe you'll be getting a message. I just feel that way about this card because of the way of this movement here. And I feel like he's communicating like spiritually, maybe even here with his guides. Because in this one in particular, there aren't any horses or anything like that. It's just kind of like this figurehead, and it's almost, it reminds me of a ship, right? And how they have a masthead, especially with this coming down here like a wave almost in that green, but with that backdrop of these stars, it's almost on a celestial level, right? I feel like that's very powerful. I feel like you are behind this movement. And it could be that you have some water in your chart here or something. The Chariot is Cancer energy. I'm definitely very feeling that with this. I feel like you feel this motion, this movement, because maybe you've been stuck, maybe you've been undecided, and you need this little push here. You need this little bit of guidance. You need this little something to get things moving, because it looks like you're right at the edge of trying to make a decision here. And it could be that you're talking to others, trying to figure out how to take this next step, because you see it in front of you. You see the way is lit. And yet there is stagnation. There is this feeling of I can't move forward. Like I've been waiting and waiting and waiting. You know, I almost wonder with the Three of Pentacles, like sometimes this can be good, this can be you working with others to help a situation, but sometimes having an extra energy in there if you're, maybe trying to focus on love, which is usually, more focused on you and one other energy kind of a thing. Sometimes that can be a bit of a hindrance, so I'm not sure here. But we'll keep going and kind of find out. But it just looks like I get this feeling of, man, I'm not going anywhere. I see this and I've put myself into this. Man, it's not going anywhere. And I see you talking about it, right? I see you trying to work on a plan about this, maybe involving other people. And like I said, I'm not sure right now if that's helping or hindering, but we'll find out here. And then I do see this nudge from the universe. I do see this, saying, hey, we want to get this moving. You want to get, maybe you don't want to get this moving. Maybe you're used to this, but I like that this card is here. I like that there is movement. We'll keep going. We'll find out. I do get a lot of peaceful vibes for the most part, but I'll keep going. It's just interesting that this confrontation, with these other energies around, and this kind of saying like you're just gonna be chill. I kind of feel that, yeah. But we'll keep going here. I'm gonna find out what we have on your journey using the Crow Tarot. That Eight of Water, that's being like, oh, I'm happy. I am happy, but I'm not happy. But happiness is right there. But especially in this card, he's just kind of holding back. He's just looking at it, in that dreamer state. He has that walking stick, but he's sitting. Maybe he's sitting because the way is dark, but with that full moon there, I just get this feeling of some sort of nostalgia, right? Well, anyway, so we have the Queen of Water and the Knight of Water. Dang. Okay, what else we have? Oh, wow, the Wheel of Fortune. Wow, I love that with the Chariot. Oh my gosh. And you have the Hermit. I don't know if you could really see these. I'll try this again. I think that's really neat. These are energies of love, of wanting to go towards something that feels really, really good, and getting this kind of nudge, just a little bit of a boost here. Seeing things are kind of they're going to keep moving, and especially with you, I feel like I like this Hermit card here with that Eight of Water and this waiting. I kind of feel like you're going within here. I don't feel like you're super stuck with these other forces here around you. And I like these energies. This makes me happy. This Queen of Cups and this Knight of Cups. Because I feel like this is a very receptive energy, very loving and very charming, and oh, I want to give you a hug. I'm going to be focused on this and focused on you and how you feel about this. But at the same time, I feel like, with these other cards up here, I do feel like this is something you have put yourself into for a long time, that you've been waiting on for a long time. And I feel like if you've been trying to I want to say go towards this. I kind of feel like you do want to. You know, sometimes the hermit can be, for me it's can be a stillness. It can be, and sometimes it's like an inner stillness, right? It's not necessarily always an outer stillness, but a lot of times we do reflect that. We kind of maybe withdraw, you know, a little bit away from others in order to find that place within ourselves where we have that knowledge, where we can look at those past experiences in a healthy way in order to help us continue to move forward. Um, you know, and it's also about learning, you know, a lot of spiritual learning. And I feel like, especially, you know, I'm looking at this star here, I feel like there's something about that. Something is lighting your way, and I don't feel like it's just inside of you. I feel like you are using this light inside of you, this inner wisdom, this inner knowledge, to go out there and find this answer to this question that you are searching for, that you are waiting on. Maybe it is this love here that you're feeling that's coming in, you know, especially with this Wheel of Fortune, you know, the Chariot, you wanting to go towards this, but I just almost feel like you're constantly maybe having to check in with yourself, check in with others, kind of. Maybe always have to kind of check in with somebody else, something else here. I I don't really feel like it's helping you. I I don't know. It might be. I'm gonna ask. I'll ask. How about we do that? I mean, that could just be your work stuff going really, really well. The Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, okay. So I mean, like, this could also be like someone in your friend group, maybe, perhaps. You know, that you kind of have your eye on here, that you've invested yourself in, that I feel like you've been tending this garden. What was it? This card here. Um, like, you know, like this is something that you put a lot of time into, a lot of thought into, you know, something you've put a lot of your energy into, possibly a lot of your money into, but something that you've looked after day in, day out. This energy of care and love and kindness, you know, and then you just looking at this, you know, I just keep looking at how he's looking at this map in his hands, and he's looking up and they're looking at it and they're looking around, and they're just, it's almost like they're looking at this like this isn't in our plans. What are we doing? Like looking at this, looking at each other, looking around, looking at the plans, like, all right, yeah, we gotta get this started. We gotta figure this out. That's a lot of the energy I'm getting out of this here. Um, you know, because I feel like this thing, this love, this feeling that you've been waiting on, that you want to, I feel like maybe it kind of jumped out at you here. It kind of just blossomed overnight. It just kind of sprung on you. It went from being this, you know, seven of earth here where you're just like, yeah, I've just been waiting on this and waiting on this and dreaming and hoping and kind of not actually making any movement towards it, kind of just wishing on a star here. And then suddenly overnight, you're just like, this is out of nowhere. It's just this like realization that you've been putting your, like this energy that you've been putting yourself into, this love, this whatever, you know, it just suddenly out of nowhere, it just bloomed, it just blossomed. It was just like there, you know, and you're just like, oh my God, you know, maybe for an air sign, it might be a little bit easier for you to, like, maybe it was like, you know, how it might be like a clear night, you know, and you can see the moon and everything right in front of you, right? And then suddenly, you know, out of nowhere, maybe this, like, I don't know, this storm comes in or something, right? But it's not like a bad storm. It's nice. It's just a lot of rain. You're just like, oh God, I have to sit here forever and wait for this. But then you realize you're like, wow, like the whole like land just transforms in front of you, right? And the sky is just dancing with all these amazing arcs of light and color and just, you know, sweeping any, you know, debris out of the way, anything that shouldn't be there out of the way. And then suddenly like there's this clear path ahead of you, and what looked to be this really hard, jagged, way, suddenly the dawn breaks and everything's clear and it's beautiful and it's sunny and the air is just swooshing by you, right? And it just kind of just blossoms. It goes from this thing that you're just waiting for, and suddenly, I don't know, maybe you've been talking to someone about it, planning something out, and then suddenly you just went, oh my God, this is ready. This is what I wanted. This is what I've been waiting for. And you still have to put that time and energy into it, but it's almost at that point where it can take care of itself, where everything's just going to be like smooth sailing, and just everything you've put your time and your effort and your heart into is just, you know, at this place where it's continually just looking after itself, right? Where you don't have to like put all this constant time and effort into it, where you don't have to constantly be feeling like you're waiting or wondering or, trying to plan it out and whatnot. It's already at that stage of like where you can appreciate it and enjoy it and share it. And I feel like that's what you want here. That's what you've been trying to get at. And I just feel like you just see this suddenly, like, and you're just like, wow, now what do I do with this? Um, because like you have put yourself into this, you have, and I feel like the universe is just coming in here being like, yeah, hey man, like look at this, like what's going on here? We're gonna get this moving for you, and I kind of feel like it's maybe throwing you off a little bit here, and it kind of maybe shifts into this maybe a little bit more. I want to say this kind of maybe like, oh God, what's going on? Like, or like not like in a bad way, but in like a good way, like hell yeah, kind of a way. Um, like this kind of fast movement into this, maybe like even a more of emotional kind of feeling movement, energy wise, into this kind of like more balanced place where you feel like you have a little bit more control over it if you can like balance out your emotions here with that Wheel of Fortune, right? Because we have all the different signs here. We have the earth, fire, air, water, and specifically there's like, I want to say it's Leo, Cancer, Scorpio, and Taurus. Um, some very grounded energies. uh, but it also gives you that little bit of choice here, which way this is going to go. And I feel like with the Hermit, there is something you want to go toward. There is something illuminating. And I feel like it's toward this love because you're feeling this. You feel this happiness, this joy, this like, hell yeah, this like, um, and I think it's really interesting, how you go from this, Eight of Cups, this waiting, to suddenly like this, oh God, like, oh, wow, like, this is amazing, and being really, really, really happy about it here. I don't necessarily know if you're showing it or not. I see a lot of inner kind of workings going on here. But with that Queen of Cups, you could be, right? And, I mean, and the Knight of Cups too. I mean, like, that's very charming and, like, happy and, like, very focused on their pursuits here, their pursuits of happiness. But the Queen is a little bit more of a mature energy. She's kind of, like, already learned the lessons she's needed to. Whereas the Knight, maybe you're still kind of learning, but I feel like you have a really good balance here. I really like that. I feel like you're being like very receptive, and I feel like you are leaning on your intuition here. And I like that you're kind of maybe taking the more peaceful route here, in order to find this happiness, in pursuit of this happiness. I really like that. Maybe I'll call a video that. um, Anyway, let me get cards. Some cards here for the energy around you. See the mystical manga tarot. What are the energies in love around Libra? Ooh, the Magician, the Three of Air, and the Sun. Interesting. I wonder if maybe they're an air sign here. with the Magician and the Three of Air, possibly Gemini. Um, and the Sun, the Happy card. I just find this very interesting. I feel like they're doing something here, right? With that Magician card. It's very interesting to me how we have this card of, I feel like they're coming to terms with something here. Oh my god, this is like really interesting. I wasn't expecting that. Um, their thoughts are telling them that there's something coming between them and what they love. And at the same time, they are surrounded by happiness. And they are working on balancing themselves, on creating something here. Maybe perhaps creating happiness out of this sadness with how these cards came out. You know, I really love this Magician card, especially in this deck. Like, he's like my fave. I don't know if you watch anime, but there's one called My Hero, and one of the characters can use fire and ice. Todoroki, and that's what he reminds me of in this one. It's just that balance, you know, learning how to use all the different elements. I mean, he also has, you know, the water and the earth as well. And I just love his vibe here. You know, he's very chill, he's laid back, he knows what he's doing, he's learning everything he has to do about the whole situation, about his environment, about himself, about what he's focused on, right? He's a magician. He's focused on magic. He's focused on creation and using alchemy. You know, he can not only use all of the elements separately, but he can use them all together to create new things. You know, and he's not afraid of looking ahead, looking back, life, death, you name it, right? He is the master of all of these things, including heartache, including his own happiness. And I kind of feel like that's what this is. I feel like they're kind of becoming the master of their own destiny here, like mastering their emotions and mastering their thoughts. Maybe because there is happiness around them. There's this energy of creation and balance, and yet there's this bit of sadness in their thoughts. So we'll see. I want to see what that's about here. How that you clarify that 3 air. Okay, the 8 of air, the Knight of earth, and the 6 of fire. Interesting. Oh, you have the Knight of Cups. I was like, you have something. So, so this is on that card of heartbreak. Or like, you know, and it's not necessarily like sometimes this can be like being upset over a 3-party situation, and that could be just something coming between you and what you love, right? Like work, another person, another energy, and in their case, self-doubt, the swords, air, thoughts, self-doubt, not really wanting to see, not wanting to take off that blindfold, because maybe what's in front of you is worse than what you think, but maybe it's not, you know? Maybe you just feel chained to it. Maybe they just feel, you know, kind of stuck in their own thoughts, because we also have the Knight of earth, which is a slow moving energy, but also very, very stable. And then we also have this fire energy of victory. like I was saying, like I wasn't necessarily picking up anything like super negative because of the other cards here, which is why I wasn't delving too far into that. And I was more, I think, focused. I was kind of channeling there on this magician and this, like I was saying, this them kind of becoming the masters of their own destiny because on that card of this, heartbreak here, it's self doubt and slowly moving toward a victory here because they know their own worth and they know what they've put themselves into. They also might be an earth sign here. We also have another card of air, so maybe also an air sign, like I was saying, or fire. But I mean, really, it could be anything. But you know what? I mean, this is that slow moving energy here. With that magician and the sun. In this card of victory, like this is slowly but surely taking control of their own thoughts because they are following their passions, because they are following their intuition and what they are putting themselves into here and what they're investing themselves in. Because maybe they can't see the way, but I feel like, they are taking those grounded steps here, right? You can't achieve that victory if you're blinded, and they're using this kind of like slow, steady steps here to kind of help them out of this. I mean, this can also be like anxiety or depression or something like that. But I feel like they're pretty stable and they're pretty grounded. And like with that card, I mean, there isn't a better card of victory than the of fire. This is saying anything that isn't, and also with these cards here, it could be maybe you both had like maybe perhaps a confrontation or a little bit of a struggle here about something, and they're kind of just letting things, maybe they're going, also that more peaceful route here in order to achieve, harmony, in order to, I want to say, find that glow again, that happiness. I feel like this is just kind of, you know, moving past this here. Because I feel like they're recognizing that this is like, partly on them here with that Eight of Air, and they're manifesting their way out of this. I think that's actually really beautiful. So like I can't say 100% sure if y'all are coming together here or not. It does look like, there's a lot of happiness around them. And with your cards of movement here of the Chariot and kind of going within here and deciding, and also these cards of love, you know, like I kind of wonder if maybe, if this is perhaps like a person from your past or something like that, where maybe there was a situation where something came in between you, and I kind of feel like they felt that way. But I also see them realizing that they're going to keep moving, right? And they might not move the fastest here, maybe, but I feel like they have happiness in their life, they have balance, they can create things, they are um, and perhaps that's like a work thing too here with that night. Perhaps it's just maybe like their work is kind of maybe getting the best of them here and there, but overall they're very, very happy. Because this is like the major overall feeling. This is just like the here and there, especially with this magician card. They're like, yeah, man, like I am taking control of this. I see like this is me doing this, and I'm working my way out of this here, and I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna do it, and there are these bigger overarching energies of balance and creation and manifesting and putting the work in, putting the time in, and finding this happiness. And I like that the sun card, like there are two of them, right? These two little kids here just exploring and adventuring and having a good time. um but anyway, like I really like this. I feel like maybe this is a situation here. It might be past energy, it might not be, it might be whatever it is, but I feel like you're seeing this in a new light here, going from these cards of like waiting and wondering and like to like this like kind of like push here, and then suddenly like these feelings like and just sprout up here, and like you're moved into this beautiful loving receptive space. And I feel like you're going within and kind of trusting yourself. You're kind of lighting your path. And the universe is kind of like coming in here to push you a little bit here. And the energy around you in love is like this person who is creating their happiness here. And when things are getting hard for them, when it looks like maybe they're recognizing how to deal with it. And they're doing it. They're like successfully going, okay, yeah, like I see the steps I need to take. And yeah, I'm gonna do it. And they do. They find harmony here. They find happiness. They are a very happy person. They're very loving, very loyal. They might even be that person who creates harmony in the world around them with both this card of, victory and success, and especially this one. I like how he's calm and there's this golden glow. And it just feels like everything is fresh and new. Like I was saying, like after that storm feeling. I feel like this person likes to create. They like to do things. They like to constantly be thinking. They might have a very large imagination. And I feel like they put that happiness out there around them. They might be that person that when they're happy, they glow, you know. And I do feel like they were going through something, but like I said, I feel like, they know why and they're sorting it out here. It might it might be that you don't even know about it, with the two major arcana there kind of being highlighted there, but that kind of just being more in their thoughts kind of a thing. I don't see, but um, but yeah, like I feel like they're really happy. They're very balanced. They like to create balance. They like to create beauty. They might be like an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, something like that. um they might also be like a Leo with that sun card, but that energy that glows, that sparkles, that creates, like even through the hard times, like pushes through it, steady. But anyway, I'm gonna keep going. Get a card here to wrap it up. Going to use the Good Tarot. But I feel like you've invested yourself in this person a lot here. Maybe if they're having a hard time, maybe just, if this is someone you care about, give them that little bit of that extra love and that extra, attaboy, or, like, hey, like you did a good job, or like I care about you, or I love you. Like I recognize the details that you put into things, like I care about you. I see what you're trying to work on here. Maybe, even say, hey, I'm kind of trying to do the same thing here, kind of trying to, like, you know, work things out. But anyway, it could be too, it could be in your friend group, I feel like. Or like an energy maybe that you've known before, or something. Something about them calls you, I feel like, with that card up there that you want to go toward. Did that card come out, or did I just imagine it? I think I just heard it. Okay. One card here for Libra to balance on for the week. Oh, geez, that's like way too many. The Magician. Ooh, I like that. You know why? Because your person has the Magician too, and I am going to call them your person because the universe did that. Oh, interesting. Yeah, man, maybe just be a little patient with them, right? Like, maybe say something to them or let them know that everything's okay. I feel like you are though with that energy of love. I feel like y'all are working. You're gonna work together on this if you need to, right? And I feel like you're both just gonna create something beautiful here, right? Like with these two cards, the Magician. I mean, this is universe saying, this is Gemini energy, this is air energy, this is your energy, this is creation. Like I was saying, everything I was saying about that person, about the Magician, the creator, Like same goes for this guy. So for I feel like with this one he's a little bit older, a little bit wiser. He's maybe a little less playful. It's a little bit more serious. He's a little bit more like I live in the deep dark woods rather than but anyway. So if you need an energy to lean on, the universe is suggesting air. They're suggesting learning and creating and doing. That is what the magician is all about. And I also feel like there's a lot of intensity here too. So anyway, Libra, if you need an energy to lean on, the universe is suggesting magic, your own magical air energy. All right. Have a great week.